Hey guys, I'm Red Herring, and hope you guys are excited for another StarCraft 2 cast today with myself spawning as the blue Protoss down on the bottom of Ohana, and on the top we have the red Zerg Shudder, which kind of reminds me of Shutter Island, which was quite a good film. Anyway, setting off the good luck, have fun. So this is going to be a PvZ. Had a couple people request and comment that, oh, I want to see a PvZ, so I am doing that right now. So yeah, I hope you guys are pumped for this. This is going to be quite a good game, if I do remember correctly. I did play this a couple days ago, but I saved it under my multiple player folder as a epic game. So if my memory serves me right, this is going to be quite nice. And setting off that probe. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm on normal speed. So if you guys were wondering like why are the probes moving so slow, I just realized I was on normal speed. Okay. Faster speed. This is how the game is actually played. And that's actually an interesting point, that normal speed you would think is how the game is usually played, but it's actually played on faster. And no one ever plays a game on normal speed. Like, it's so weird. In fact, there's been speculation, like, if pros were to play on normal speed, or even slow, I don't even know, is there a slow speed? I don't think so. If they were just played on normal, like, oh, there is a slow speed. What if they played on slow? Like, pros playing on slow speed, they'd be able to do so much micro. So much micro. Like, Blink Stalker micro would be ridiculous. You could be able to chain, like, abilities. Like, every force field would be perfect. And, like, for Terrans, like, Stutter Step would be, like, they could individually, like, split from Banelings or something. I don't even know. It'd be ridiculous. But I just remember there being talk of that when people realized that, you know, normal and faster are quite different. And it's just interesting how Blizzard did that. But anyway, getting back to this game, you can see me scouting after Pylon, just going for this this Force Fast expand, which is quite standard. And Shudder going for this pool and gonna try and put down this hatch. I, of course, being aware of that mini-map, realize he's trying to pull off a drone. Is actually gonna block this off. He's not even trying to contest this. A lot of Zerg players will try and poke away at this probe. And I realized, okay, he's not actually going to contest it. I'm like scouting around, I'm like, okay, is he really not going to try and get that hatch down? He's actually going for the hatch at the third location, and this is an interesting move. And this is it's not an uncommon move, but it's definitely dangerous, and you'll see why. I'm actually going to go behind it, and he doesn't have an overlord there. Like, he doesn't know that my probe is lurking around here, though he can probably assume that. And what's dangerous about this is that I can actually go for a cannon rush here. And if he doesn't scout it, it can outright kill the hatch. If he does scout it, he'll need to pull drones, like 5 drones, say, all the way from his from his main to his third, which is such a long distance. Like, this is all the way over here. Like, these lings are going to take like several seconds just to get over here. And by the time they get over here, I might have a cannon down. And I actually am going for this cannon rush. I actually have 2 cannons now orbiting in, and he's scouting around here. Good, but there's no hatch there. If he had immediately gone over here, he could have scouted this out a lot faster. Might have been able to prevent this, but I don't see how he's going to deal with these 3 cannons setting up on his base. Now he's sending this one ling over there, this other ling, and he's going to have a nasty surprise when he realizes that these cannons are coming up. And the clever thing that I've done here is that I've actually timed the cannons to finish after his hatch, and he actually lets it finish. He lets the hatch finish. that's a terrible terrible thing, because I don't think he'll be able to save it. He's going for this hatch here, and I think he's realized just the folly of what he's done. He should have canceled that. He had a split second when that lane came in and the hatch was still building. But what I was saying before is that I actually let the cannons finish after the hatch. That way, they don't finish before the hatch and start attacking it. He gets the attack notification and can cancel. And that is just sloppy. So this guy's not playing the best right now. Maybe he's panicked a little bit. Let's look at his APM right now. Not that. APM. He's actually, he has so much APM, but he wasn't able to cancel the hatch or save those 2 drones, so I don't know. But maybe he's been busy doing other things. If we look at the income tab, 18 to 26. I'm just stomping him right now. And getting that 1 gas, getting this this other pylon up. Do I have my cybernetics core? There it goes. A little bit of a later cybernetics core. You know, this is what? This is like 600 resources right here. If you include, oh no, well, I'm not sure if the probe died and the cannon canceled, but anyway, it's a bunch of money, and it wasn't a free kill, but it was pretty dang close. Like, I killed the hatch and I killed 2 drones, so I would say it's worth it for sure. He's going for this third at this other location, ordinarily where the 4th would be, and that queen needs to probably inject, as he really is low on drones, and going for a roach warren. So this is actually interesting. Is he going to try and break me with a 3 roach timing push, which is quite common. Although at this stage in the game, with the delay of that third, I don't know really if that's the best option for him. Putting guys now in this third gas. I do have my 2 in the main, and let's just see. Let's see what he's doing. He's building drones, making lots of drones, and more drones. For those of you wondering if I'm in the Heart of the Swarm beta, the answer is no. I have a couple people message me like, "Oh, did you get into the Heart of the Swarm beta?" Not yet. So, kind of a downer. I definitely want to put out content with from Heart of the Swarm, but I can't, seeing as I don't have access. And I think the only people who really got access on this alpha stage, oh, no, I guess it's technically beta stage, but the only people who got access in this early beta stage are pros and well-known casters like Husky and Psy and HD and all those people. So, looks like I'm going for a 7-gate robo, and this is something that I do quite a bit in PvZ actually. It's a solid push that really hurts Zerg if they don't prepare, they don't scout enough. They don't scout it. It's just devastating. But he did send this Overlord in. He's actually seeing basically everything, so he knows it's coming. He knows it's coming, and he should be able to prepare adequately for it. If you look at the income tab, I'm still ahead in Harvester, so I'm just doing pretty well in the economy this game. And we'll see if the 7-gate actually, or I guess 8-gate actually, yeah, 8 gates. 7 gates? No, it's 7 gates. 7 gates. Yeah, we'll see if the 7-gate 1 robo actually does the needed damage to kill this expansion or not. He has so much larva. Wow, he has a lot of larva. I'm pretty sure the units tab actually shows that. Let me see, 20 larvae right now. So he has a lot of roaches potentially, and a lot of lings. And we'll see if I can actually hit a nice timing here. I do have this warp prism out, sending the 4 sentries into that warp prism. Gonna go for that sentry drop, and sentry drops, they were really popular a while ago. It's still pretty common. It's not uncommon to see sentry drops. So, you know, if he's been used to dealing with these, if Shutter has been used to dealing with sentry drops, he'll know that you got to rally units at both the top and the bottom of your ramp. You gotta defend both the natural and the main with a handful of units. Otherwise, these 4 sentries are just gonna chunk your units up. And there we go. Nice force field down there, trapping those units. Gonna go for that warp in. Maybe I was trying to focus the queen there. Looks like I am focusing the queen, and realizing that his queens are actually targeting this warp prism. I'm gonna try and get out of there. Trying to save. Oh, he has a queen from the bottom, and I've actually pulled the warp prism away from all those 3 queens all around, trying to save this warp prism. Have 4 sentries in there, and I see that queen there. I'm like, oh crap! I need to avoid this queen. This queen is trying to chase me. He's actually moving this overseer around. He spots the warp prism, and the queen is not going to be able to catch up. Even though he's on creep, I am going to be able to retreat the safety of my cannons. And once again, I think a little bit of a mistake from Shutter. He actually didn't kill off this pylon. And this is really dangerous in timing pushes like these, because I can actually use this pylon to warp in. So I think that's a mistake they didn't do that early enough. Thankfully for him, I actually wasn't able to capitalize on this. So I do lose that forward pylon and the cannons with it, and I did kill off the Overlord there, but as you can notice, it takes a little while for that creep to recede, so I actually haven't been able to get my expansion down. So he's kind of crept up on me a little bit. So we're even in Harvesters now, and this is last thing I've taken out, but this warp prism sees everything. And this is so lucky for me that I was able to actually get out of that situation. That was pretty pro. So I'm gonna lay down these sentries. So much energy in these guys, and we'll be able to definitely take care of this army here. Considering that he's not even really ahead in supply by a lot. I mean, this is definitely, he has a bigger army than me, but considering that I have like 3 immortals and a bunch of sentries and stalkers, his army will just get melted. So we'll see if he actually tries to be aggressive here. And let's look at the production tab. He's making lings, he's making roaches, getting that 4th down. Nicely done. You always want to be expanding when you're pushing, generally as Zerg especially though. and ahead in harvesters. So trying to get this third up, but again, that creep spread and that overlord really hurt the timing of my third. See if I'll be able to defend that, as he looks like he's going to be gearing up for a push here, coming in with all of these roaches. This is a lot of roaches. Splitting them up, nicely done. This guy's micro is pretty good. Splitting up again and going for the attack here, throwing up the Guardian Shield. Nice force fields. These are like almost perfect, a little bit overlapping there. But that Immortal unfortunately is going to die. Nice force field. Those are perfect. Trapping all those roaches and just slaughtering them. Blinking in a bit greedy there, and I'm going to lose a Stalker, maybe lose a second one. No, looks like he chooses to pull out, but that was a great engagement for me. If you look at the unit's lost tab, he's lost quite a few more resources, those roaches being destroyed by those force fields in quite a nice manner. And I do have Blink on these Stalkers, so I shouldn't, with adequate Blink minder, I shouldn't lose too many of these guys. Nice force fields again. Okay, well, trap another one. Bungled up a little bit, though. Could have trapped more roaches if I'd been a little bit crisper on those, but still decent hold from myself. And he's still producing roaches, still producing overlords, getting upgrades now. And I am at what, 201, or 2 attack and 1 armor, and he's at 1-1. So he's not really that behind in the upgrade game. But looks like this Warp Prism there just deployed there. I think I'm a little bit distracted by this engagement. Nice force fields again, trapping in these roaches, doing a nice job. As trying to blink micro, yeah, there we go. Blinking the weakened Stalkers back. These Immortals just shredding, but that Immortal might go down with 10 kills. This guy has 7 kills. Still haven't used that Warp Prism. Probably need to do that. He's rallying in more Zerglings though. And there we go. Now the Zealots are coming in, and I'm actually using the Warp Prism not just as a decoy, but I'm actually using it to push. And here we go, pushing in with all of my units here. He's actually, I'm actually targeting down the Spine Collar. He's sending all his guys to try and defend that. And now engaging in this, at this, I guess this third location, and should be trying to micro these Stalkers out, but looks like maybe I'm doing some macro or something right now. Let's look at the income tab. 64, 65, definitely need to be macroing a little bit better, as going in for another round of aggression. Nice blink play, pulling back these Stalkers, nicely done, nicely done. That was some pretty sweet micro, and should probably try and target these drones as opposed to the hatch. I can kill the hatch later, but the drones are gonna escape. Looks like losing some Stalkers now, trying to back up, killing these broodlings, blinking aggressively to surround these roaches. I don't know if that was really the best move, as I'm not gonna be able to blink micro these Stalkers anymore to try and save them. But here's my tactic here, going for a warp in the main, taking out the third, and then going for the queen now. Probably want to target down the hatch, and looks like I am going to be going for that hatch, so he has like 3 roaches here, trying to stop the Zealots from taking that out, but the Zealots are swinging away so fast. I think, yeah, that hatchet is going to go down, and there's nothing this guy can do to stop it, and there it goes. He does have another hatch here, so that is nicely done, but keep in mind, all those Zealots were minerals. Those were just minerals invested. They weren't gas-heavy units, they weren't sentries, they weren't Stalkers or Immortals or anything, and those are actually units that were able to escape and get away from that third location. And so he realizes, okay, this Warp Prism is actually sitting in the back of my base right now. I'm just going to put some roaches down there to make sure that I can't warp in anything further there, and getting this expansion here finally for myself, as he's working on this fourth, I guess, since his third was destroyed. And I do have a bunch of workers here, probably want to transfer some of them as soon as this expansion goes up, but trying to wall off this base, and we'll see if he's actually able. He has so many roaches and lings, and I actually wall it off barely, but no, there's a little wall, and he's just going to destroy everything here. Oh, that's terrible. I actually am pulling up the rest of my units here, trying to save it. And it looks like he's trying to go for it. He's just going to go for it. I have 4 Immortals here. Those force fields were decent, trapping these lings in a little bit, but he's trying to focus down these Immortals and doing a decent job, killing 2 of them right off the bat. Nice force fields, though, and nice warping on the back, trying to flank in with all of these Zealots here. And that force field, just trying to ward him away. Could have cut him off if I had moved my sentries up manually and tried to get him ahead of my army, the force field ahead of him, but that's okay. This observer just chilling, just keeping. This is actually really good positioning for myself. You can see the little blur there, but I basically see, like, this is my vision here. I see the units he's rallying. I see everything. I see the drones transferring. I see, like, that's the main focus point. Everything, it's the main causeway. Everything kind of goes through there for Shudder. And that expansion about to be up, but now going for the counterattack, going for my third. and I am going to need to run down these units. There they go. Actually, he sends in the lings and then splits up another pair of lings. This is brilliant. This is just brilliant. My workers are just getting destroyed right now. Trying to save my hatch at least, as it looks like he's not even going to try and target that down, but trying to run my probes away now. Is he going to actually go up into the main? He might choose to do that, as those probes are going to transfer just away to this base, which he does know about. So in the meantime, I do believe I have Dark Templar. There we go. My Dark Templar are actually in the base. I did send a counterattack, so I am going to kill that queen and kill this. This Dark Templar is going to target this queen. So, you know, just, I mean, he has a lot of larvae, honestly, so maybe that wasn't the best use of the Dark Templar. He has 32 larvae, but win behind Dark Shrine. Exactly. Even though I would argue that I'm not really behind, I would say we're at a pretty even game right now. If you're looking at units lost, he's a little bit behind, but income-wise, he's a little bit ahead. So actually a bit ahead, since I have to resaturate this base, and I did lose a lot of workers. Actually, let's just check. 30 workers killed for him, 14 for me. So about a 16 worker advantage for him in terms of workers killed. And now transferring some of these workers back to my third. This Overlord's been there like the whole game. He sees like everything. And he's just out of range of my line of sight, so I actually can't see him. This Warp Prism. So I guess he knows it's there, but he's not doing anything about it. Maybe he just blends in. Oh wait, did I see a queen? Nope, the queen's actually going for the transfuse, and now he sees it again. So I guess he maybe wants to bait units into this Warp Prism so I can kill them, but I don't know if really that's the best use. I feel like he should probably try and kill it. Now it's just out of range, so he actually can't see it. That's unfortunate for him. So this observer over here trying to see if he did take this fourth base, or fifth base I guess, since this fourth is over here. Lots of spines coming down. This is a good choice from him. Banking a little bit of money. Probably wants to go for not a dark shrine, but a spire to get broodlords. But the thing is, I killed that lair, and he just is now rebuilding that into a hive, because I did delay any tech he had or wanted to do, just because I sniped it with that Zealot Warp in a while ago. So coming in for another push, and need to bring these High Templar along. There they go. But here we go. This is going to be quite an epic competition here. Focusing down the Archon, nicely done by himself, and flanking in with all these lings. Storms coming down, destroying all the roaches and lings. These infestors are out, but he's not fungling. There we go. Nice fungals going down. Nice storms destroying the roaches, destroying the infestors, and just breaking everything apart with this incredible force here. These upgrades on these stalkers really doing work on the roaches, and FTaCtHerring's a little bit late. Definitely going to be shredded before they can do anything whatsoever, and focusing down that hatch now. Looks like it's going to go down. Broodlings not doing anything. Drones, drones all being destroyed, but 3/3 stalkers against these units here, just really, and look at that, actually warped in here. Didn't really catch the initial warp in, but these did come and clean up the forces in the main. And he doesn't even really GG, but it was a nice two-pronged attack, using Warp Prisms to their maximum effectiveness. That was a really good game from that standpoint, and just nice micro by myself. Kind of keeping him down the whole game and taking the win here. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll have more content soon. And yes, I will try and get the Heart of Swarm beta as soon as I physically can, and put out content for you as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.